Kostya! Kostya! There's no one here. The old man keeps saying, where's Kostya? Where's Kostya? Can't live without him.
He's afraid of being alone. Terrible weather. That's 2 whole days now. Oh. It's dark in the garden. I should get someone to tear that old stage down. Yesterday when I was walking by, I thought I heard someone crying.
Well, anyway.
Masha, let's go home.
I'm spending the night here.
Masha, let's go home, please, or the baby will be hungry.
Nonsense. Matrona can feed him.
It's a shame. It's the 3rd night running without his mother.
You know, you've got really boring. You used to have something to say. Now it's nothing but baby and home. That's all we ever hear these days.
Masha, let's go home, please!
Go yourself.
No one let me have a horse.
Nonsense. Just ask.
Suppose I could. Anyway, you'll come home tomorrow.
Yes, don't annoy me.
I guess I'll be off then. Goodbye, Masha.
Oh, for heaven's sake, go.
Goodbye, Kostya.
No one ever thought you'd make a real writer, Kostya. I mean, they never believed it. And now, praise me, the writers have even started paying you.
I'm sorry for you, my dear. I really am.
This is all I need.
My heart breaks for you. I know what's happening. I can see what's going on.
It's nonsense. Unrequited love belongs in novels. I mean, you can't just sit around twiddling your thumbs, hoping. The minute love creeps into your heart, you just have to get rid of it. That's all. My husband's been promised a job in another district. I mean, as soon as we move, I'll forget about the whole thing. Just tear it out of my heart by the roots.
That's Kostya playing. That means he's depressed.
I mean, the main thing is not to have him in sight at all times. You know, if they would just give my Semyon that transfer, I'd forget about it in a month. It's all just so silly.
We have 6 mouths to feed now, and flowers 70 kopecks a bag.
Well, you'll just have to get by.
Oh, you can laugh. You're rolling in money.
Hey, listen, my friend. After many years in practice, and an extremely bothersome practice at that, without a moment to myself, on call day and night, I've managed to save 2,000, and that's all. And I've just blown that on a trip abroad. I haven't a beat. Well, you've certainly made some changes. Turned the drawing room into a study, I see.
Yeah, Kostya finds it more convenient for his writing. We can go to the garden and think whenever he feels like it.
Where's my sister?
She's gone to the train station to meet your lord. She'll be back shortly.
So, if you have to send for my sister, I presume I must be seriously ill. You know, it's funny. I'm seriously ill and I'm not getting any medicine.
Well, what would you like? Valerian drops, bicarbonate, or quinine?
You see, there he goes again. What have I done to deserve this? I'm going to give Kostya an idea for her now. It should be titled The Man Who Wanted. When I was young, I wanted to be a writer. Never managed it though. I should have liked to have been a good speaker, but I was absolutely appalling. Frank, I wanted to get married. Never did. I wanted to live in town, and here I am, ending my days in the country.
Well, you wanted to be state councilor, and you managed that.
I didn't particularly want that. That just happened.
Moaning about your life at the age of 62, that's rather mean-spirited, don't you think?
Oh, would you listen to the man? I want to live. That's all.
Just plain foolishness. Well, it's the law of nature that all life must come to an end.
You can afford to say that you've had your fill, so you don't care. It's all one to you. But you'll be afraid of death, just the same.
Fear of death is an animal fear. It must be suppressed. The only people who consciously fear death are believers. And they're only afraid because of their sins. Now, it's for you. In the first place, you're not a believer. And in the second place, what sins have you committed? You've been in the Ministry of Justice for 25 years, and that's about it.
28.
We're keeping close check from this work.
Not at all. Doctor, they won't ask which foreign city you like best.
Genoa.
Why Genoa?
Well, the street life there is simply amazing. You leave your hotel in the evening, and the streets are crowded with people. You drift along the crowd aimlessly, wandering here, there, everywhere. You live with the crowd. You merge with it psychologically. You start to believe that there may be a world spirit, like the one that Nina acted in that play of yours. By the way, where is Nina these days? How is she getting on?
Fine, I suppose.
I heard she was leading a rather strange life. What is that all about?
It's a long story, Doctor.
Well, shorten it.
She ran away from home and had an affair with Chekhov. Did you know that?
Yes.
She had a baby. The baby died. And Chekhov, tired of her, and went back to his former attachments, as one might have expected. No, actually, he'd never given them up. He's so spineless, he somehow managed to string them both along.
But what about the theater?
Even worse, apparently. She made her debut in the summer season outside Moscow somewhere, then went to the provinces. She took on a leading role, but her acting was terrible, crude, and tasteless. One long rant with very awkward gestures. There were moments where she showed talent. If she had to scream or die, she showed some talent for that, but they were only moments.
Well, then she had some talent nonetheless.
It's hard to tell. I suppose she must have. They would never let me into her hotel room. I could understand her feelings, so I didn't insist on a meeting. What more can I tell you? Afterwards, when I got back home, I started getting these letters from her. She never complained, but I could sense that she was deeply unhappy, and her mind seemed rather disturbed. She used to sign herself Seagull. She kept repeating she was a seagull. She's here now.
Here? How do you mean?
She's in town. Staying in a hotel, but she's not receiving anybody. Medvedenko here swears he saw her in the fields yesterday afternoon.
Yes, I did. So she was going in the other direction, towards town. I said hello. Asked her why she hadn't come to visit us yet, but she said she would.
She won't.
She was a delightful girl.
I'm sorry?
I said she was a delightful girl. State Councilor Soren was even a little in love with her.
Old pleasure.